Hello there. Do you want to actually get somewhere in a decent amount of time? Well, I'm going to show you what many people seemingly have been just hiding under the radar for a very long time. Because the second I even talked about this, I had a bunch of people, from nice worded letters to basically death threat. Anyway, if you want to get somewhere really quickly, you're going to want two things. One, you're going to want to find a premium vehicle. Yes, I know, spend money, yada, yada, yada. But if you're going to spend money in this game, spend it wisely. Spend as little as you need to, right? There are these sales that come every year, right? There's one coming up in November. There's another one coming in Christmas. Usually all the vehicles get their rotation, the ones that you'd want, and they're all half off, so wait for those. And you want to look at vehicles that are worth it, right? If you have a look here, this PT-7657, probably one of the most expensive tanks in the game, has a 570% research modifier, right? Compare that to the IS-6, that has a higher research modifier. Today I'm going to be using the T10A, which is even higher, right? It's quite expensive, but I ended up getting it through the battle pass, so lucky me. You can see the difference. It's insane. So like this T55 here, great tanks, right? 642% versus 624%. That's not that big of a difference. And the difference between the people you see at 7.7 and 9.0 are huge. If you go up to 10.0, you're going to be finding so many one death levers, you're not going to be able to get the most out of your research. And that's important because you need to get 9 kills to get the 9 kill bonus. But as you can see, even things like the 2S38 terms, again, their research modifier is slightly higher, like by nearly 100% now, but it's still not worth it for the amount of one death levers you're fighting, right? And it gets even worse the higher you go. So I find 7.7 around this battle rating great. 7.7 is great because you're top tier more often than not, right? It's just one of those battle ratings that more often than not goes down. I'm also going to show you guys what you do with the battle pass. All these boosters do not expire before you redeem them. I'm going to redeem them now because I want to get the 400% research booster just around the corner here. But save your boosters to when you actually want to use them. Don't click get reward until you're ready to actually use your boosters. That's a 500%, sweet. And now I'm going to show you something else. Now you're wondering, Leo, how the hell are you going to research? Show us how to research so much if, I don't know, like you have nothing to research. Like what's going on, Leo? Like how are you going to do this? Well, I'll tell you two things, right? First, surplus research doesn't actually get hit with the research rank penalty, but it's even crazier than that, right? See this T54 here? I will actually be effectively researching this T54, right? 8,900 research. I'm going to select this vehicle for research because I'm effectively researching it, right? Before the game ends, I'm going to leave that match. I'm going to switch it to the 2S25, which I shouldn't be effectively researching, but it doesn't matter because it allows you to get to circumnavigate that research modifier rank penalty, right? So I'm going to pop the booster now and jump to a search for a game. I actually quite like this map, and it's a good map for the T10A. It's definitely a good map for the T10A in a top tier, but unfortunately, I am bottom tier, I believe, which is okay. I don't particularly mind being bottom tier at 8.7 because most tanks I can still deal with. I'm actually contemplating maybe even bring in an extra few rounds. America's on our side, which is nice because the American M48s are troublesome. Things like, and there's no Israel either, which is another thing that is quite dangerous. Israel is very dangerous. Looks like we just have Germany, Japan, China, and China? China? Italy and France, which is just the old gang, really. There's Vichy France there. There's the whole gang, the tripartite pack's back in town. The boys are back in town. On this map, I actually like going to C. I like going to the enemy's cap rather than my own cap and then pushing straight to A from their caps. If it works, you absolutely knock the enemy off balance. Now, careful when you come around this corner initially because light tanks like to wait and post up. But I am just gonna blitz through here. Oh, I do see something down there. Looks like, I think it was that A. Oh, it's a Ho-Re. Now the reload of this thing really does let it down a little bit, but it's not too bad, and its other positives definitely make up for it. Kaboom. Wonderful. By the way, if you're ever worrying about penetrating a Ho-Re production, try and shoot the outer edges of its kind of where its turret is. It's superstructure, doesn't have a turret, but you know what I mean. The top bit, not the hull. The outer edges are definitely weaker. Okay, I hear people to my right, so I'm actually going to turn right here. Sometimes I do decide to make that decision. No rest for the wicked, keep going. I can hear someone to my right still. He might be on the other side of those buildings though, because I can hear him like on my left ear now, kind of, so he's probably in front of me somewhat. Usually at this point in the game, you don't see too many people camping C, so I'm gonna keep pushing. One thing you'll notice is with this bush that's floating, sometimes people look at it when it comes around the corner. Very funny. I actually didn't put that there, by the way. Gaijin did that. I actually set up my bushes completely normally back in the day, and, you know, if Gaijin decided that's where he wants my bush, that's where I put the bush then. Now, one thing to keep in mind is when you are researching, so when you are killing people and getting research for it, after 9 kills, you actually kind of get diminishing returns on each kill. But you do not get diminishing returns on caps. So really, if you just keep on... if you just keep on capping, technically you can get way more research than just getting kills. I'm actually gonna pop some smoke here because that Panzer 2000 when it comes around can definitely destroy me. I'm actually very lucky that I didn't get destroyed. Sounds like he might actually be coming around here to my left. Looks like they're still coming in force, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop another smoke and repair my barrel. I've got 6 kills, that's pretty decent, not gonna lie. 9 kills is the target. Once you get the 9 kills, then you can kind of relax and do what you want to do. Yeah, I love being here because it gives you a really nice opportunity to retreat as well. These hills are nice cover. And the buildings provide heaps of nice hard cover. Even against cheaters, hard cover is really good because cheaters struggle to see people through buildings, mostly because of the rendering, right? If you don't know, if you're not within a certain amount of view range and there's too many things in the way, the game will determine not to even render in a target. Oh, we've actually got a Tiger 2 there. Yes, there are a lot of cheaters in this game, beware, but do keep just have solace that the cheaters who play this game aren't actually that good at the game. Kinda stole that kill there, but I am not gonna say sorry for that. I think it's time for me to capture C, honestly. I think I've been sitting here for a little too long. Let's try and get that cap. If you're at 8 kills like I am here, and you have a plane in your lineup, and you end up dying, just go ahead and spawn your plane, get that 9th kill. You get less research for playing planes, because plane research is largely dictated by time, like active battle time, right? And whether or not you have the takeoff bonus during your sortie. So, yeah, kind of, like not takeoff, so the landing and takeoff bonus. So it's kind of, you know? But if you can manage to do it, I'm going to try and rush into the spawn, get that 9th kill before the game ends, so I can leave. That's a massive thing. You need to make sure you leave before the game ends, or else you're not going to be able to switch your research. But I also want those 9 kills, so it's kind of rough out here. Not gonna lie, that's really funny. The chevron was there, but the enemy tank was there. Looks like we might not even get the chance. Our team did so well, we might not even get the chance to get that 9th kill. Oh, there is a guy up, I think. Damn it, I have to leave. It's a shame I didn't get that 9th kill, but it is what it is. Quickly swap it now. Boom. Unfortunately, I did miss out on a little bit of research there, probably like 50%, but you guys will see. Even though I didn't get that 9th kill, it'll still be an enormous amount of research. Just look at this. Right. So, looks like it was over 20,000, because I got the 2s25 in one game. Let's go ahead and chuck that onto the Panzer. As I said, the remaining research didn't get affected. 22k. Considering that game only lasted 7 minutes, that's not bad. With an extra kill, that would have probably been nearly 30k. I can imagine it being maybe like 26, 28k, something like that. But still, absolutely insane. I don't really have much else to show. I'm just not going to waffle on. That's really how people get where they need to get. If your games last longer, that's usually better for you, especially if you have a booster on. But you can't really artificially make the game last longer unless you have the nuke and you decide not to use it. Or you have like a friend in a P8, this team kills your whole team when you're doing too well. I don't know. I don't really know how to make the games last longer artificially, but just keep in mind, if you're lucky enough to get a long game, stay in it, keep fighting, don't one death leave. The longer you stay in the match, the longer the modifier for the 100% extra modifier for getting 9 kills, the more that will pay in your favor. And the more capture points you get, the better as well. Those capture points, as I said, you get 5 capture points, they're just going to keep giving you the same amount of research every time. It's absolutely phenomenal. Take advantage of that, guys. Good luck. Subscribe!